So we're talking about the breath, though I explained a little bit there. Okay, right. So the breath. Why do we focus on the breath itself? Why so specifically the breath? Well, okay, so there's several reasons for this, okay? The first one probably be that it's always with us. So that means that it doesn't matter where you are, you can always meditate, okay? Because there's no special equipment that you need. You can focus on your breath anywhere, anytime, okay? The second reason is because it's a symbol of life. So, you can imagine that if you are, for example, quite upset about something or irritated about something and you start meditating, you can actually remind yourself that at least whatever happens, how bleak it is, you're alive. You're breathing. And that can be a very comforting thought when everything's going wrong, when you are feeling overwhelmed, okay? And even when you're not feeling overwhelmed. It's a nice way to learn to be grateful, okay? How often do we wake up in the morning and we actually think, God, thank God I'm alive. I'm so lucky. I'm alive, So it's a nice, peaceful thought that we can have when we are meditating. Okay, another reason is it breathes itself, the breath. It doesn't need us to control it, okay? And in our life, we quite often, a lot of us are a little bit of control freak. We want everything to go the way we want to go. And when it doesn't go our own way, then we get, and then we get irritated. So focusing on the breathing, it reminds you that you don't need to control everything in your life to be content. Okay, you focus on the breath, and the breath breathes itself, doesn't need us, does it perfectly well without us. Okay, and that's probably one of the rare things that we can do without controlling it. You can go without food for, I think, a few weeks, okay, without water for a few days, but we can't stop breathing for more than a few 20 seconds, I think, 30 seconds maybe. Okay, so it's a nice, comforting thought to think, actually, I don't need to control everything. And that's the attitude you want to have when you meditate. You don't want to be stressed. You want to just let go, and it's okay. And the breath is a good way to do that. Okay, another reason is the calming movement of the breath. Okay, it is a regular movement, a gentle movement, which triggers the calming system in our nervous system. It just relaxes us straight away when you focus on the breath. Okay? Right. And then it also a nice way to monitor our feelings. When you stop and you start meditating and you focus on your breath, as it said in the video, your brain's going to go nuts. It's just going to go all sorts of places, okay? So it's a nice way to distance yourself from your thoughts and learn to relax. Create that space to help you put things in perspective, okay? So first it calms you, okay? And you can become aware, because a lot of the time we're so caught in our emotions that we're not even aware. And it's only when we stop and we start focusing on our breath that we go, oh, actually, I am a little bit irritated. I've got a little bit of tension in my shoulders. Oh, what's going on? And we get an idea of what is the weather like inside. Okay. Then it also helps us let go. When we become aware of how we feel, okay, thanks to focusing on the breath, then we can decide whether we want to act on it or whether we can let go. So very effective, the breath. Okay, now I want to talk to you about the different types of breathing. Okay, there's actually 3 types, as you can see from the drawing on the PowerPoint. Okay, so you've got the abdominal breathing, which is a deep breathing, and from the drawing that you can see is all to do with our belly. So our belly comes out when we inhale and goes in when we exhale. Okay, and this is deep breathing. Basically, it means that our lungs are really involved in the action of breathing, and they get much more oxygen when we breathe that way, and therefore has a calming effect on us. Okay, the chest breathing, which is the second one here, is our normal breathing. Okay, so you can see it's at the level of the chest, and it's not as deep. Okay, it's just normal traditional breathing. And the last one is a collarbone breathing, which is one we need to avoid, the one that we have when we get very stressed. Okay, it can lead to panic attack because we're just breathing really at the top there. We don't really involve our chest so much and our belly at all, and therefore it's very shallow, very short, very rapid, and it can lead to panic attack and really struggling to breathe. Okay, so that's the one to avoid. So the one we want to practice and the one we want to do when we are focusing on our breathing is to go, you will notice you become aware of your breath. To start with, you don't try to change it, but you just realize, you follow your breath, and you will realize that you're probably doing a chest breathing. And then gently, as you calm down, your body will naturally go into abdominal breathing. Okay, that's what I'll find when I notice it. But to start with, you might need to just become aware of how to do it. So a lot of people tell you to imagine that your belly is like a balloon that you're blowing and deflating, inflating and deflating. So as you breathe in, and one way to do that to help you is to put your hand on your belly when you breathe. So you breathe in and you want your hand to move out. Okay, and then when you breathe, when you exhale, the air is coming out, so the balloon is deflating. Okay, so this is the way you want to do it. Okay, so we're going to practice all this in our meditation. That's a quick reminder that we are going to focus on our breath. To do what? What is the aim? Is to relax and to calm, to find some sort of peace. But also, second one is to become aware of our thoughts, of what is the weather like inside our mind. Okay, how are we feeling, but without being caught in it. So remember, with this idea of distance between ourselves and the thoughts. So we stop identifying with the thoughts. We are not our thoughts. And actually, another good analogy that the breath is our thoughts are very similar to the breath. Invisible. Okay, they come out, they rise out of nowhere, and they go. We don't know where. Okay, so the same as the thought and the breath is the same. So you can imagine actually a very powerful way to use the breath when you meditate is as when you're managing to focus and you're following the movement of the breath, you can imagine that you're letting go, you're blowing out all the negativity that you're holding, and you're breathing in some peace, some calm, and you can use the breath that way. Okay, it's called the black and white meditation, and it helps you to really calm and to let go of some negative feelings, and then to bring in lovely calm thoughts and sensation in your body. Okay, right, so now we're going to start the meditation. Okay, so I'm going to move myself out of the equation. Shall I do that? Here we go. Right, so we can actually just focus on that beautiful image. Okay, so find yourself a comfortable position. Not too comfortable though, so if you probably best to sit on a chair with your feet, as I said last time, flat on the ground, and then closing your eyes. Okay, remember not to have a straight back, not to lean too much on your chair. Okay, we're first going to start by just relaxing our muscles in our body, especially our shoulders. You probably notice straight away your shoulders are tensed, so we just want to drop the shoulders. Relax your hands. And try to anchor yourself by feeling your feet on the ground, like we did last time. Okay, so today we're going to really focus on our breathing. So let's do that. Observe the breathing. Notice how your breath flows in and out. And for the moment, just notice, observe. Don't try to change your breathing in any way. Simply notice how the body breathes. As you're sitting here quietly, observe your breath from the inside, in and out. And when your attention wanders, just gently bring it back to the breath. Remember that it's okay and normal that your mind will wander. Just gently bring it back to the breath. Notice any stray thoughts, but don't dwell on them. Simply let them pass. You can imagine that your mind is like the sky, the blue sky, and the thoughts are clouds. You are not the cloud. Identify with the blue sky in the background. It is a beautiful and relaxing place. Just focus on your breathing and let the clouds pass without paying too much attention to them. See how your breath continues to flow deeply, calmly. Notice now the stages of a complete breath. From the in-breath to the pause that follow, the exhale, and the pause before taking another breath. See the slight breaks between each breath. Feel the air entering through your nose. Picture the breath flowing through the cavities in your sinuses and then down to your lungs and so on. As thoughts intrude, allow them to pass and return your attention to your breathing. See the air inside your body after you inhale, filling your body gently. Notice how the space inside your lungs becomes smaller after you exhale, and the air leaves your body. Feel your chest and stomach gently rise and fall with each breath. Now as you inhale, count silently 1. As you exhale, count 1. Wait for the next breath and count again 1. exhale, 1. Inhale, 1. Continue to count each inhalation and exhalation as 1. And notice how your body feels. See how calm and gentle your breathing is, and how relaxed your body feels. And enjoy this moment of peace and calm. Enjoy sitting here on the chair, relaxing peacefully. Enjoy the present moment. Now it is time to gently reawaken your body and mind. Keep your eyes closed, but notice the sound around you. Feel the floor beneath you. Feel your clothes against your body. And then when you're ready, open your eyes and remain seated for a few moments longer. Maybe straighten your legs and stretch your arms and leg gently. And maybe just have one last breath. Okay. Right, one last thing for today. I've put a link there for a meditation documentary about how meditation can change you in a positive way. It's called The Science of Meditation. You can just copy the link, or just type The Science of Meditation. I think it lasts half an hour. It's a very interesting documentary. I highly recommend it. Okay, I hope you've enjoyed that, and it makes a bit more sense about why we use the breath and how focusing on the breath can help us to find a little bit of peace of mind. Okay, thank you very much, and bye-bye.